Hey guys, this is John with Rail Roofing Group. Today we're here doing a roof inspection for a customer in Shavertown, Pennsylvania. The homeowner called stating that a tree branch had fallen from a nearby tree and put two holes in the roof over the garage, and would also like us to inspect the rest of the roof while we're here. From the ground, the shingles appear to be an older architectural shingle. I do see some standing seam steel on the bump out to the left and over the eyebrow above the garage door. Here's some damaged drip edge, likely from the fallen tree branch. The fascia is a little faded, which isn't going to cause any problems, but when you have a beautiful home, I'm sure you'd want to keep up with it. On the right side of the garage is a damaged gutter, again from the fallen tree branch, so the recommendation would be to replace. As you can see, the homeowner secured a tarp over the intrusions. We can also see quite a bit of degranulation. Over time, shingles begin to lose their granules, which is why it's important to choose a quality shingle and is why we choose Owens Corning Duration Architectural shingles. As we come over the ridge, I noticed debris along the sidewall, as well as cupped shingles from being cut too tight. Shingles need room for contraction and expansion. These are the tools we use for a roof inspection. Some of the tools include a temperature gauge, a microscope, and a moisture meter. This is a pitch gauge. This helps determine the steepness of the roof. For today's roof, it's a 4 pitch, meaning every 12 inches the roof rises 4 inches. This is called a pipe boot or a pipe flashing. It's plastic, which is not our preferred style. We prefer the aluminum pipe boots because they won't crack and which will last much longer. You can see the moss and pine needles built up around it. Again, it's important to keep stuff like that away from sidewalls, valleys, and flashing. It'll hold water as well as disrupt the flow we're looking for. This tool here is a shingle gauge. It tells us how thick the shingle is, which tells us how many years you can expect to get out of it. Going up to the ridge vent, you can see that the style that was used is an unbaffled ridge vent, which drastically reduces the functionality of it. This type of ridge vent gets clogged with dust and debris. Often they're clogged with moss or lichen, which renders it just about useless. We like to use OmniRoll ridge vent, which is wider, baffled, and screenless. They don't get clogged and the baffles ensure airflow is optimal. As you look down the roof and can see dark staining, this is actually blue-green algae in combination with granular loss. In many cases, there is almost nothing you can do about the algae except ensure that tree cover isn't excessive and use a shingle that has street guard algae protection. Here is another plastic pipe boot. Again, we prefer aluminum. They last much longer. This one in particular is installed incorrectly. You never want to have the base of the boot completely covered by the shingle. The bottom edge of the boot should be open to allow water to flow freely. Going down the roof, we see some more discoloration from granule loss and blue-green algae. Taking a peek down here in the lower roof, you can see buildup in the valley. You want to try and keep that blown off, which is a maintenance service that we offer. We can also see 2 large skylights. If any skylights are older, we always recommend they be replaced with the roof. It is much more cost effective to replace them while the roof is being replaced than to come back in a few years to replace them. Newer skylights have flashing kits that are much better than the older ones. Here we can see a solar pool heating system up on the roof. Although it isn't a common occurrence, we do come across them from time to time, and usually they cause issues such as leaking and collecting pine needles and debris. And as I mentioned earlier, make sure we are keeping valleys clear of debris. Here we can see quite a bit of mechanical damage to the shingle. It was most likely caused during the installation of the roof. Next, we have some exposed nail heads on the ridge. It is common practice to silicone these nail heads, which these are not. Here we see more cupped shingles. This is a fastener for the solar pool heating system. The fasteners used are all possible leaking points. The heating system lying on the roof can cause buildup of leaves, pine needle, and other debris. If they're not already causing any issues, they certainly will in the near future. As we look, here are some more skylights. We can see moss and lichen growth as well as pine needle buildup and shingle cupping. This stem vent has the same issue, which is moss growth and buildup, and also appears to be broken. You can see the seals on the skylight are failing. Failing seals can cause leaking, condensation, and allow heat to escape from your home. So from what you can see, this roof has many areas of concern that can all be addressed upon replacement. Next, we would move inside for an interior inspection. We will go into the attic space if accessible and examine the underside of the plywood for leaks, mold, and check for proper ventilation. It's super important to make sure the ventilation is correct before you begin your new roof installation. Without proper ventilation, the new roof will not last nearly as long as it should and may very well have a void warranty from the get-go. We can't stress enough the importance of having a professional replace your roof. Sure, Chuck in a truck can nail down some shingles, but is he trained and certified in all the proper installation methods? Can he give you the warranties we can offer? Is he even going to register your warranty or return your call? Less than 1% of roofing contractors hold the Owens Corning Platinum status, and we are one of them. We train and learn on a daily basis. We put our customers above anything else. This is all we do all day, every day.